This week on TGC News, LWRC releases a DI gun, Liberty goes cosmic, and some exploded ammo. The blasting cap from Archetype Tactical is built on a flex-fit mesh platform to offer a form-fitting cap that keeps the operator cool during intense activity. Featuring not one, not two, but 3 patch panels, you can now get these bad boys in Ultra Tactical Gray. To get 10% off your entire order, use the code TGC10 at refactortactical.com. Welcome back. My name is Jon Patton, and I need your opinion, guys. I want to know what kind of videos you guys want to see here on the Gun Collective. There's a link to a straw poll in the description so you can go cast your vote and let your voice be heard. Now, this week's first story is about something a little bit more decorative than we normally talk about on TGC News. Some people like to fill their homes with leather-bound books on mahogany shelves or luxurious handcrafted eggs and lamps. But I'm betting that you, if you're watching that right now, you're not that kind of person. Instead, you might be interested in this, otherwise known as the Archetype ammunition display. I stumbled upon these things on Facebook one day, and after some digging, I was able to get a hold of the creator, a young guy named Tony Faulkner. After getting to know Tony a little bit, I found out that the idea for this actually came from his career in firearms forensics, which is still his main gig. And the idea was to be able to use these in a courtroom to help people understand how ammunition functions. It's pretty cool. However, it was decided at some point along the line that they were a bit too small for that use, and instead, after being prodded by a few friends, he was going to start selling them. Now, I fully expected these things to be super expensive, but no, they're all under 50 bucks, even like the big ones, man. The thing that I really like is that they're very simple and clearly show the different parts of a round. You've got the primer in the rear, followed by the anvil. That's the small metal part inside the primer on boxer primed ammo and on the case on burden primed ammo. And after the anvil is the casing, obviously, then the powder and bullet. Again, simple, but really cool. It's a nice way to display ammunition and explain things to people. The other thing to note here is that Tony started selling these a mere 3 weeks ago, which means other than me stumbling upon them on social media, TGC is the first to show these things to you guys. That being said, please understand that if you go to order these, they may be sold out quickly, as Tony is a one-man operation doing this part-time. I had that conversation with him. He's like, oh man, I hope I don't get overwhelmed by this. And you know, hopefully he does, because this is really cool, and I want to support somebody like Tony, a small business owner that's making cool stuff. I will put a link in the description to his Facebook page so that you guys can keep up to date and possibly go order them if you like them that much. I really do have a special place in my heart for good old American ingenuity, especially around Christmas time. And in I heard about this 2 years ago and it's just now a thing news, LWRC has finally released the ICDI, or direct impingement version of their IC, or individual carbine rifle. LWRC is best known for their M6 series of piston-driven AR-15s, as well as their Reaper AR-10 style rifles. So why make a direct impingement version of a gun that was the star pupil just a few short years ago? That's a good question. Sure, there are differences in the gun, like the rail system is a bit different than standard with some extra weight cut out, but it only has threaded holes and no real attachment points besides the pick rail on top. That's right, they went through the effort to cut out the sides and all these slots, but they didn't make it M-LOK or key mod compatible. What? Other than the rail and the DI system, though, you're looking at an IC rifle. It's got the sweet spiral fluted barrel that reduces weight and gives more surface area for cooling. It's got the same ambi controls as the IC. I really, really like those. But that still doesn't answer the question, why? Well, I think it's because of 2 main reasons. Number 1 is cost. You need to fork out some serious cash to get into a normal LWRC piston gun, with the MSRP of the IC SPR that this gun resembles reaching $2,349, and this DI gun MSRP is $1,599. Not too bad for a high-quality rifle that LWRC is known for. That puts it on par with other high-end DI guns. The other reason, in my speculation, is weight. Standard LWRC rifles weigh in at just over 7 pounds, and while that isn't super heavy, a good portion of that poundage is forward of the receiver and makes the gun feel heavier than it is. So this DI gun is perhaps a way for LWRC to gain a larger market share, and who knows? Maybe it'll work. SHOT Show is just around the corner, guys, so maybe I will get a chance to shoot one of these and show it to you guys. We shall see. We've talked a bunch recently about multi-caliber suppressors and how it could be the wave of the NFA future, and speak of the devil, Liberty Suppressors has announced a new one. They were really one of the first to start the wave with their Mystic X suppressor, which could handle a ton of cartridges that were smaller than 30 caliber. There's a huge list on their website. Enter their new Cosmic 45 ACP suppressor. Essentially, it's a Mystic X with a bigger hole in the middle. That being said, it's actually a little bit lighter than the Mystic X because it retains the same titanium tube and stainless steel baffle core unit thing and has less material because of that larger hole through the middle. So what does that mean? Well, you can shoot bigger stuff through it. Obviously, you can shoot 45 ACP, but you can also shoot others like 44 mag, 10mm, 454 Casull, and even others like 458 SOCOM, although that last one is not rated to be hearing safe. The other cool thing about the Cosmic is that all the adapters from the Mystic X and some of their other cans work, so if you already have one of those cans, you can save a little bit of cash here. I also really like the way the outer tube locks onto the end cap with its kind of castle-shaped lugs. It reminds me of the Silencer Co. Sparrow and how that kind of prevents rotation when you're putting everything back together. I'm not really sure who came up with that concept originally on silencers, but I like it. Oh, and on top of all that, the MSRP for this thing is $799, so you're going to see it a little bit cheaper. The long and short of this one, just another cool multi-caliber suppressor that's moving the chains forward for versatility. This week's friendly fire question is from Nico Hayes 45 on Instagram, and he asks, what is the best firearm-related stocking stuffer? I think that's a good question with Christmas right around the corner. I sat around thinking about this one, and I'm going to have to say the Miss Clean kit from Miss Clean. It's one of those things that would be a great addition to anyone's kit because it's nice and slim, it can easily fit into a range bag or even a Christmas stocking. They come stuffed with a full cleaning kit, including a rod system and some brushes for AR-15s. I mean, it's a pretty cool setup. I really like it. So hopefully that answers your question, brother. My friendly fire question to you guys this week, what is the best firearm-related tool that you've purchased this year? It could be anything from a magazine loader to something way more specific like a disassembly tool. What was the best tool that you guys bought? Let me know down in the comment section. If you want your question answered right here on the show, you can post that over on Facebook.com/The Gun Collective or post it on Instagram and Twitter using hashtag #FriendlyFire. The Combat Wallet from Hellbent Holsters offers rugged simplicity for your EDC. Offered in small, medium, and large sizes, they've got one to fit your needs. Also available are these badass custom titanium money clips. To get 10% off your entire order at hellbentholsters.com, use the code TGC10. And that is it for this week's show, guys. You know what to do if you enjoyed the episode. If you didn't, let me know down in the comments so we can talk about it. Do not forget to subscribe. You won't want to miss a single week of the show. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Hey, did you watch last week's show? Or maybe the one before that? And did you subscribe yet? You need to do that. Click right here to subscribe. Do it now.